What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode of Elite Life with Sam. It's your girl, Sam.
And Danny.
Guys, we're officially filming our second episode without Tutu. I was sitting back in the shop today and I was like, I was trying to capture content. I miss him so much.
How bad did he gripe about what we recorded?
He didn't. I know he wanted to gripe about you so much. We do understand that we had all of the kinks and bugs worked out, and then we were abandoned by our fairy godparent, and now we're feral and figuring it out on our own, and her boobs ate her microphone last week.
You shouldn't have left me unsupervised.
And I didn't even think about it. You were like, oh, I'm just going to put this here. And I'm like, yeah, that's a great spot in your cleavage.
And now y'all trust me with
a whole microphone.
Do you remember the Vine with, what was it, Alex James? Wasn't that his name? What a bug.
Boop. Don't. Girl. You're going to.
Interests and thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, I have so much to talk about, and I am on like a manic ADHD trip with my thoughts.
It's been real today.
Listen, the words, I understand why my kids don't want to hang out with me. I get it. I really always thought like I was going to be the cool mom, right? I'm like, I had my kids young, especially with Noah. Like I had him when I was fresh 21, right? Oh no. I don't think if I had him at 17, it would have saved me. The words, I was the limbo champion of the Panama City roller rink, came out of my fucking mouth today.
Wait, were you really?
I really was.
And he didn't appreciate that?
It just dawned on me, like, as soon as I said it, I was like, oh my God.
You felt your age?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm 70. No wonder. Like, he obliges me, but he'll hang out with me when no one else is around, right? Like, in the privacy of our home, or like when his friends are in school, he will go in public with me. If it is any time that the general public of teenagers will be out and about, he's like, deuces.
These are my volunteer hours. Looks good on a college application.
Don't worry. I'm dealing with the old folks today. Okay. As Titus would say, touche.
Is that where Amber got it from?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At least the littles don't mind hanging out with me, but I do fund their entire life, so.
Well, mine's overstimulating me.
Listen, she said something the day before yesterday. She bent down and was getting a snack, and she had been dealing with Titus. And you can tell when she's frustrated with him or just like overstimmied with him. She does the deep sigh, and she's like,
it's a reset.
Right. And I recognize this on her. And I knew the time was going to come when she out-matured him. And so, and we already know, like, girls mature faster than boys, and especially with a little boy who has developmental issues, and he adored her. Like, he will literally climb her. He would like have her put him in her shirt and carry him around.
They have a very unique relationship.
That is his emotional support person. So she's bent down and she's like, resetting, and I was like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just, Titus, and she, proceeds to tell me what's going on. I was like, I know we've had this conversation, Amber. You do know that Titus is autistic, and she goes, I'm very well aware. I was like, so we don't need to talk about what that is. And she was like, no, I'm just choosing patience. 30-year-old girl right there.
I don't think I make it any better.
No.
Yesterday I was like, I need a break from you. I'm overstimulated. She goes, where? I was like, in my brain.
Where are you feeling the frustration?
She'll ask you. She need to know.
What are the odds that she's the one of our children that goes into like therapy? Like she's becomes a therapist and she goes into like mental health work.
She would send people. She may need to own that health hospital because she's gonna
She'd
be
be excellent.
everybody would end up in there.
She would be excellent. I've never seen a child at 10 years old be so eloquent with their words and their feelings, and she will
Eloquent.
yes, she will
Savage.
sometimes, but she will challenge adults and not even blink. And I'm like, hell yes. Challenging me, yes. I don't necessarily feel like hell yes in the moment, but afterwards when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I would have never had the balls.
I should have called you. Girl, I was so shocked. I couldn't even address it. She had a moment with her teacher yesterday.
Which teacher? Wait, just mouth it. Okay.
Her and this little boy, tit for tat.
Uh-huh.
Truly tit for tat. Little boy tells her she's bossy. She's like, well, I'm not trying to be. I'm just telling you you're doing it wrong.
Oh, God forbid a girl be assertive.
My favorite line. I'm not trying to be bossy. I'm just telling you you're doing it wrong. So as she gets flustered, the little boy goes tattles on her. Cool. Teacher's trying to get it all calmed down. Amber keeps telling her, I need to go out in the hallway. I just need a minute. And she starts crying. Once Amber starts crying, we're either going to go full savage or there's no coming back for at least 24
she's either
hours.
shutting down and you're not getting anything out of her, or she's going to pop you.
So she tells her, fine, step out. So she just goes out the door and around the little nook where the hall kind of jets out.
Yeah.
And she sits down and she got on her little tablet and started doing her IXLs. Apparently one of the other children went looking for her and didn't see her. They called the principal to let him know she's wandered off and she hasn't come back. Did I get a phone call? No.
They couldn't just look around the little corner?
How has no one told me this? So she gets back in the classroom. The teacher is reprimanding her for not coming back from the bathroom. Amber says, I didn't go to the bathroom. I stepped in the hallway to calm down. It's not what you told me. Amber, at that moment, Amber can't stand being called a liar. Like, you can get on to me for any reason in the world, but you're not going to call me a liar.
Yeah.
Toe to toe. Kept her after class to continue discussing it. And Amber said, I don't know what to tell you. I would have came back from the bathroom had I needed to go to the bathroom, but I didn't need to go to the bathroom. I had a seat and I worked on my IXLs and pulled up her IXLs. Pulled it up to show me. She was like, see here, you can see where I've done them.
I could not be more proud.
I said, well, what ended up happening? She said she was going to write me up. I was like, well, let me see the write-up. She goes, I didn't get a write-up. I was like, is there any more to this story? She goes, I didn't get a write-up.
Does there need to be more to the story?
I was like, let me see your folder. Like, surely there's a note. No note. No message. No note. No write-up.
Because she knew she was wrong.
I was like, do we need to talk about this anymore? She's like, am I in trouble? I was like, for what? There's no write-up. She was like, touche.
Ding, 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 ding. Touche.
It's her mother's daughter.
Let me tell you what happened to me this week. Oh my God. I'm like, argh. All right. I have receipts. I'm so excited. I'm like, for shoving. Okay. So I wake up, flip open, I check all my things first thing in the morning. And so I flip open Facebook, and this picture of this young man, this guy, it's a mugshot, is on my feed, and I recognize it instantly. And I was like, what the hell? Why? Why is this? Okay. So let me tell you a little story about probably a year and a half to 2 years. Timeline's a little murky, where I stopped Elite from being scammed by this person.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's how it happened. Young guy, like early 20s, and his girlfriend came in. Had I believe it was a Range Rover, if I remember correctly. And he comes in and he's like, immediately he was odd. Like he was off.
Vibes were so off.
Yeah, everything was like big grand gestures. When somebody is trying to make it seem like they're more important and busier than they are. They're just like, I don't mean like a mom who's running around the house frantic because she's overstimulated. I mean like someone who is showboating. Okay, so that's what he was doing. Now, let me preface this by saying we are so used to being around truly wealthy, busy, important celebrity status athletes, like NFL, major leagues, like those are a lot of our clientele. The difference is those people, what I admire so much in them is that when they're doing something, they're 100% there. And I think that's why partially they are successful, because they know how to compartmentalize. This guy,
They waffled it.
they waffled it. Yes, the waffle is alive. The waffle is back. Okay, yes, he was a whole heaping plate of spaghetti. It was like every 2 seconds, it's almost like he would make his phone ring so he could make a show of getting up and walking out. And it just didn't seem like anybody was on the other end of the phone. And so my husband does not ask questions. That man does not ask any clarifying questions. And it drives me nuts because I'm like, oh, how'd they hear about Elite? I don't know. I didn't ask. Okay. Or he's like, they were referred. Cool. Who referred them? Like, I'd love to shoot that client a message and go, thank you so much. I don't know. I didn't ask. They just moved here. Cool. Where did they move from? Couldn't tell you. Didn't ask. Because this man was raised in the streets, right? He knows you don't ask.
Don't tell.
You don't ask, they don't tell. I, however, was raised, what's the opposite of a street? I was raised inside.
We was raised on the front porch with a glass of sweet tea.
That's right.
Nosy as hell.
Front pew of the church where you ask all the clarifying questions. And so I'm like, and truly not because I'm nosy. I mean, I am nosy, but that's not why I'm asking. I'm asking because it's like interesting, right? People are interesting. Where'd you move from? It could be the coolest story ever, right? You got kids. Oh my gosh, how old are your kids? My kids are the same age. Or, oh my gosh, that's the funnest age. Anyways, don't look at me like that.
We both know we was wanting to ask questions because that man was acting funny as hell.
Now, that man, absolutely.
And her energy didn't match.
She was scared shitless. Okay, we're going to get to why.
Okay.
So he is acting strange. And they want to spend like big money redoing this inside out, top to bottom. And we spend probably an hour to 2 hours with them in a consult. If he would walk out, she would stop talking. We could not get anything out of her. I don't mean like about her personal life. I mean decisions on her car. This was her car. So they leave and I'm like, every red flag is waving. We're like a whole carnival at this point. So what do? Jump online. Google is free, my friend. And I abused that. I found where he went to high school, his mom and daddy's name, what football team he played for, every news article ever written about him. Oh, yeah, and his federal convictions for fraud. Now, I will post receipts on our podcast page.
Because we don't go into stories without receipts.
Absolutely not. You
we
ain't
don't
gonna
even
catch me.
hide stories without receipts.
No. You ain't gonna catch me being a liar. Now, you might catch me being wrong, because the more you know, you can change your opinion. And I'll say as much. I'll be like, look, new information came to light. I was wrong. But not for lack of trying to be right, because that's one thing I love is being right. So, he was part of a multi-state fraud where he was supposedly selling medical equipment, but not delivering the medical equipment because there was no medical equipment. He bought a plane.
Oh, he did actually buy the plane.
He purchased the plane.
I know there was talks about that.
Yeah. So, and then I do a deep dive on her. I truly don't think she knew what was going on.
She got befoozled.
I think she did.
Bamboozled.
And I'm not going to mention her name or anything, but she had a legitimate job that she invested time to go to a college program. Like, she you could tell she was new, right? He also frauded her, brought her in. So, also, this one pissed me off the most because when I tell you they would have never found this man, he scammed a 14-year-old.
Oh.
Let me retract that statement. I'm not sure if he was 14. He was a teenager. Out of $14,000 that he might have been 16. It was a teenager. Out of
Was
14,000,
juvenile.
a juvenile, out of $14,000 that he had saved up for a car.
Do you know how?
I don't know the details of how he frauded him out of that money, but he did because that was mentioned in the articles and court documents. Okay, so he did some time. I believe it was 32 months. And so I do all this research and I write all my findings down on a notebook. I bring them to Rich. I'm like, and mind you, while he was here, I was like, what do you do for work? He was in real estate. Real estate. Okay. So I bring all my findings to Rich with the links, with court documents, with everything. And Rich is like, oh my God, we can't do business with him. I was like, no, we can't. What does Rich say? We can if we do it in cash, right? Maybe he's changed. Maybe he's learned his lesson. Because
He loved him a good comeback story.
he sure do. He's all about redemption. God love him. I do love him for that. I, however, am more of the be redeemed elsewhere. Don't put my family in jeopardy. Because I'm smiling my mugshot over mine. Okay. So he comes back in the next day.
Oh, was that where he had the conversation about the check?
Yes. So I have my notebook sitting on my desk. And this time we met in my office because I had everything still pulled up on my computer. I had her name, her mama and daddy's name, his mama and daddy's name, hometowns, colleges, everything written on this notebook, right? So they come and sit down. They walk into my office and I had a couch on the wall that the door is on. So Rich is sitting on the couch and he is perturbed. He's like, how dare you? So they walk in and sit down and she looks down at my notebook and looks at him and she was like, hey, and points to it. And she just looks at him and he looks at me and he looks at her and she was like, what is going on? And he was like, can we please have a conversation? I was like, sure, I'll hear you out. So we have a full conversation. He tells me he was bamboozled by this older gentleman who was supposed to be showing him the ropes and got him in a bad way and ended up putting everything on him. And he wasn't the one that partook in that. He was the salesman for his company. And unbeknownst to him, the guy had pinned everything on him. By the way, his name is Chase Brody Brown. Cannot make this up. If I was going to make up a name, it would have been better than that. Now, 1, 2, skip a few. We tell him, okay, understood. However, given all the information that we have to also be careful. Let's build a rapport. We've never done work with you before. You will pay cash up front. Oh, also, fun fact, when he came back to put his deposit down, they had gotten rid of that car and gotten a Jeep. And so they wanted to start all over with the consult. They wanted to now build this Jeep inside and out. That's not weird at all. A lot of our clientele flips cars all the time.
Pretty often.
Yeah. But he was insistent to pay with a check.
Very insistent. That part I do remember because I was working a different section up front.
Yeah. He just was like, I was like, no, cash up front or nothing. Okay, so he ends up never coming back. We built the estimate, sent it out, whatever. I was like, that tells me all I need to know.
Right.
Not long after that, Facebook lights up. This guy had gone to a boat sales place in Hendersonville and purchased a speedboat for like $100,000 with a fraudulent check. And he skipped town, went down to Tampa, girl, unloaded the boat. They called him, hey, the check didn't clear, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah. Bought himself some time to get out of town, right? He was like, I'll wire you the money. Money never comes through. These good ass, hardworking people in Hendersonville have now been defrauded out of a speedboat. Okay.
Do we know whatever came of that? Did they file
Yes.
charges?
Filed charges, put a $10,000 reward out, like this whole thing. Ends up, he sells the boat to someone else for like $50,000. That guy had to turn the boat back in to the sales place because it's not his boat, right? And so now he's out money and a boat.
Did this fella know where he was?
They found him. They found him in Tampa, and he was arrested and charged and the whole thing. How? I don't know how he didn't serve jail time.
I don't know how he hadn't crossed the right one.
Well,
You're running around the South.
he ran around the Middle Tennessee area and ended up, and then that money that he had gained from purchasing or from selling the boat, apparently he had gotten with an OnlyFans model in Tampa and had transferred the money to her OnlyFans account to hide it.
Baby, the way it would never come out of my OnlyFans account.
No, it has to federally. She has to give it
What?
back. Yeah. Anyways.
Always ask for it in cash.
So he ends up running around, scamming people all over the place. Mind you, he's out, it's like probation or parole. He's out on parole. So all of this is a violation of his parole, which is.
Wait, he did this on parole?
Yes, honey. So I'm watching all this. I'm like, oh, they finally got him. Well, there's more to the story. So he runs around and he's scamming and frauding people, right? He got a girl fired for cashing a fraudulent check at this private bank. And she had like a really good job with him. But because she cashed this check for him, she lost her job.
She worked at a bank?
Yes. I know there are there certain like questions you have to ask? And anyways, I don't know how that works. I've never worked at a bank. Matter of fact, I applied for a job at a bank and they wouldn't give it to me. Smart people. But
I want to know what the dynamic was for her to cash that check for him.
she did. And she ended up paying for it dearly. Okay. So they end up doing an investigation. The Hendersonville Police Department got him, girl. Got him. They went into his unit and found all these checks that had been forged, printing materials, and like he is running around like a damn Catch Me If You Can Leonardo DiCaprio. This man
Girl,
is,
that's what I was just about to say. I love that movie, by the way.
this man that he watches it every night. Every
It's
night.
like inspiration, motivation.
Every night he's in the mirror talking to himself.
He skips the end of it, though. He's like, that won't be me.
For sure. So they end up arresting him, charging him, all the things. He is sentenced to, he has to do his federal time, and then he has to turn around and do 15 years of the new sentencing. Girl, he's 26 years old. He is going to jail for, not jail, it's prison, right? For a very long time. And this whole thing, I'm watching this play out on Facebook, and I'm just thinking, I am so glad I'm paranoid. My husband better not ever say anything else about me asking all these questions, these personal questions. Look, I am the most paranoid person you are going to meet.
Is it paranoia?
Not when you write.
Exactly. It's intuition. We can see patterns.
Listen, that is the moral of the story. Listen to your gut. It will save you. And if not, okay. I just assume every time I listen to my gut, it just saved me. Because I ain't going to know any better.
Because we've seen too many times where that gut intuition has saved us.
That's right. And now I just get up every morning like, God, give me a spirit of wisdom. That's all I need. I don't need nothing. If I get wisdom, I'll get everything else, Lord. Just give me a little bit of wisdom. And the old timers called it common sense. God, just give me a little bit of common sense. Just give me some wisdom. Just give me a little bit. That's all I need to make it through this life, girl. Anyways,
So what you saw on Facebook, was that this last one where he's
yes.
going for 15?
Yeah. Oh, he's going for longer than 15.
Should we send him postcards with cards in it?
Yes!
Listen, you can find God real quick in the prison.
Oh my God, we should send him like weekly updates, postcards from Elite, the one that got away.
I can't.
I will get on Vistaprint today. Do not play with me. I'm doing it.
No, it'd be like our free time. We can do DIY, like arts and crafts. I got construction paper and glitter.
Dear Chase Brody Brown,
We can monogram stuff. I bet that'd be a pretty monogram.
missed connection.
I think the fuck not.
Look, I'm all about a redemption story, like I said, but you got to be like striving for redemption. You can't still be running around like shitting on people. I have no sympathy for him.
No,
None.
Cause baby, let me tell you something. If that would have been my teenage child, you wouldn't have had to serve not a lick of time.
They'd have put your face on t-shirts.
And while you
Anywho,
were sitting in my basement, I'd wear one.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Oh,
still from the babies.
speaking of discernment, let me tell you what I saw this week. Oh, were you finished? Sorry. I told you
No,
my
that-
ADHD is
Girl,
in
the head bob was
sheer
serious.
mania. Listen,
I was bracing. I'm not sure if this is good or bad. So
I saw, okay, you know, I've been having some issues with DoorDash. They just be like canceling my order and
no, girl, what
goes
what be happening with the
Oh!
DoorDash?
I have like several issues with DoorDash.
I thought it was the Walmart.
Look, me and Walmart have a different issue, but that's for another episode. No, there are just some shady things that happen on DoorDash, right? And it always seems to happen to me in Franklin. My Gallatin DoorDashers are not like this.
Explain to me, cause what can shady happen? You pick a food, you pay it, and they bring it to you.
They say they dropped it off and you never get it.
Oh, don't you just tell them give me my money back?
Or they call you and tell you they're lost, that they can't find your location, and you never get it.
Oh,
Yeah, they be keeping my food. Okay, so I saw this video. I'm gonna call them out in the good way, not the bad way that I called Chase out.
oh, it's good, chat. Okay.
This is good. Coco's at 40th. I don't know what town, city, state they're in, but it is Coco's at 40th. This man, this is the owner of the establishment.
Oh, it's the video you showed me.
And he was like, you said that you picked this up, that you were here 30 minutes ago, and this order has been ready for 30 minutes. And she tries to gaslight him and be like, I was at the wrong location. I thought it was down there, not up here. And he's like, for 30 minutes? Like for 30 whole minutes, you just wandered around like Israelites in the desert? He didn't say that. I just embellished on that a little bit. But that's the visual that I got, right? Okay, that's not the point.
Journal that. I want to use it later.
But my point is, he was like, she was like, well, I'm here now. He's like, you ain't about to make me look bad. I'm canceling this order. I'm going to remake it, and I'm going to take it to them myself. And I'm like, you gonna
Can
they? He did. He said, you ain't about to make me look bad, not me and my business. Okay.
Okay.
And I just think that is a level of customer service I don't know that I possess.
It's either a level of customer service or that man is a level of done with somebody's bullshit.
Yeah, I think if I was like, I got a point to prove, I think that would be enough for me.
What kind of trauma have you sustained from DoorDash that you're just like, nope?
Right? He's tired of getting bad reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he canceled the order, remade it, delivered it himself. Could you imagine if the owner of a restaurant showed up and was like, hey, excuse me, I just wanted to make sure this got it, came to you directly. I'd be like, sir, would you like to come in and have a drink? You have gone above and beyond. You should have a little drink.
Just a little sip.
A little nip to take the edge off. Speaking of going above and beyond, also, I told you I'm in overdrive. Okay, hold on.
Did you go above and beyond?
No, I did not. But I just clocked how very random this is going to sound.
Like all of our other times?
Flava Flav sponsored an Olympic team.
More than one. You were telling me about this.
Okay.
Now, this truly, I think this is the coolest ever.
Flava Flav was scrolling on social media back in 2024, right? 2024 Olympics are going to come up. And he finds out that the water polo team is trying to raise money because they cannot afford to train full time to go to the Olympics. They don't have the things that they need, right? Because it's not like you have sponsors beating down the door to sponsor water polo, apparently. Flava Flav said, that ain't right. I got money. I got free will. I got a big heart. I'm going to fix that. He sponsored the whole water polo team so they could train full time and go to the 2024 Olympics, right? He didn't stop there. 2026, he's sponsoring the bobsled and skeleton team. Now, I don't know what a skeleton team is, but it sounds a little like rock and roll, so I'm down for it.
Girl, how you don't know? You are the queen of Googling.
Well, that hasn't been one of my obsessions lately, but I know what a bobsled is.
That's that one where they like
They lap hump.
That. How did that make it into the Olympics?
Don't ask, don't tell. Bobsled and skeleton team. I am dying. Flava Flav is an incredible human. Also, he is the king of I do what the fuck I want. What is a brand?
What? And then you told me he went.
Oh,
to
he
cheer them
went.
on.
He went, girl. Full garb. He was like blinging out. He was like, that's my water polo team right there. That's my boys. That's my men.
I can't. You're going to the Olympics.
God bless you. What the fuck was that? And sneeze. That is not how you naturally sneeze.
Listen, I have two sneezes. Either I wake the dead or I visit Disney. There's no in between.
You sounded like a squeaky toy.
They both. I need you to know they both hurt. No matter how I sneeze.
Okay.
Don't judge me.
Okay. But yeah, he went. I love it. I can't wait to see him on my television this year. I'm going to be purposefully looking out for him. I aspire to sponsor an Olympic sport, like team one day. I want to find like an obscure sport.
Okay, I challenge you to figure out which one would it be. Like, I want to know which one.
Which one would it be? No. What's the one where they have the little ball and they spin around and then throw it? That's a sport. Don't look at me like that. That is a real sport. It is.
There's hold a ball to your neck and spin around?
Yeah, it's like it looks like a cannonball, right? And not the big cannonball, like a little one. Like, it looks like a duck ball. And they hold it and they spin around in circles and then they yeet it.
Like the Avengers?
Okay, that's a visual. They do.
I don't know, but after that drama with the little granite doohickey,
curling,
that's my sport. That man said the videos that came across where everybody were so up in arms with which two countries was it? Was it France?
Canada,
and
I believe Sweden.
And one of them used a curse word, and
the
I thought
word. He talked bad about his mama. That's the equivalent.
I really thought it was gonna be
mama.
I really thought it was gonna be like,
oh, I know.
Grab my pearls, and then I watched the little clip, and I was like,
shit. We say that at the grocery store. Don't come to the South.
Don't come down here.
be a bad day for you.
You will stroke out.
Yeah, I mean, what I would love, because my favorite sport right now is hockey. Like, I'm obsessed with hockey. I know.
Especially warm-ups.
Listen, I know y'all see it one way, but I just see toddlers in the floor during the warm-ups.
I don't know what's better, warm-ups or when they get to tussling.
Oh, I love the fights.
And I'm just like, you hit like a bitch. Do it again.
Exactly. I love it. But I also know they get a lot of funding. So I probably, I'm never going to go towards, the popular girls. You know what I mean? So I got to find a good sport that gets not a lot of love. And we need to just, love on it. You know what I mean? Like, let's go for the underdog sport.
Let's get into curling. Do you know the ruckus we would cause?
Yeah. Yeah, I can actually picture that. I think we need to liven up curling.
Absolutely. Color it up.
Like,
Add some glitter.
he touched the granite.
Don't touch my granite.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I need to ask you, have you heard of the bean theory?
Oh, was that mess that, if you eat beans, it's going to help you with your menopause?
Danielle, okay, I know. Before you say anything, I understand. I'm the one that jumps on the bandwagons and tries everything out. Like, I'm the guinea pig.
Girl, you've been eating beans.
I think it works. It's not. Okay, if it is like what is it? It's not a real, what is it? Hold on.
Perimenopause?
No.
What's not a real bean?
Wait, hold on. What is it called when you think it's working?
Placebo.
Placebo. I was thinking plethora, but I knew that wasn't right. But I knew it started with a P. The placebo. Maybe it is a placebo effect, but I don't think it is. It's supposed to, if you eat the beans in the morning.
What kind of beans?
Listen, any beans. Any beans. Noah caught me eating beans on Tuesday, and he was like, "Hey, Mom, that's weird."
Like, are they cooked or are they raw?
No, they're cooked. I'm not munching down on some raw beans.
You do them little green things at the Chinese restaurant.
The edamame?
Mm-hmm.
They're cooked.
Oh. Are you
But
sure?
is a peanut a bean?
Yes.
Or is a nut?
Let me try it.
Is a peanut a nut or a bean? It grows in the ground.
Where do the other beans grow?
Nuts. I thought nuts grew on trees.
All of them?
We've been failed.
This isn't my flavor of tism. This isn't my superpower. Is the food
tree
pyramid.
Nut. Okay.
I don't know, but I know you can get it at Kroger.
What?
Peanuts, beans, all of it. It grows at Kroger and Walmart. So you've been eating beans, but I want to know what kind of beans you've been eating.
Well, this week I ate black-eyed peas, which is a pea, not a bean, but it's a bean.
And you think that worked?
Yes. Okay.
It's a placebo.
Now let me tell you what it did. What it's supposed to do and what I think it did. It's supposed to help your glucose stay up and level, and it's supposed to help your gut and inflammation, and it's a good source of protein, which women need, and iron, which bitch you need iron. And I think it actually works.
But what else can you eat that will do those same things?
It's just beans.
There's other healthy stuff out there that'll help you with your iron and your protein.
Yeah, but I think it's a one source versus varied sources.
What about chickpeas?
It's a bean. What's the difference in a bee and a pea? A pea and a bean. A pea.
I don't know. Let's
find
out.
A pea and a bean.
Hang on, let me find my phone.
Okay.
I gotta quit sitting Indian style. I'm supposed to be grown by now. Can't I talk to my phone? Hey Siri. What is the difference between a pea and a bean? Why are you not talking back to me? Search Google.
She's already done with your shit today.
She sure is. She was like, girl, Peas often sweeter and rounder, are higher in vitamin C and protein. Beans offer more varied shapes, higher fiber and iron. Peas have hollow stems while bean stems are solid.
So it's basically the same thing. They're first cousins.
Girl, that's like saying me and you the same thing.
Biologically, we're closer than peas and beans. Do you know DJ asked me if we had the same mama and daddy? I was like, why did you just ask me that?
Are we sure we trust the DNA test?
Yes. About as much as I trust the government, but I mean, it's there. I got a piece of paper that says you're my full biological sister.
You're like, that's good enough. I'm going to keep it.
I'm like, DJ, you've known us for years and years. Why would you ask that now? He was like, I just question it sometimes.
Everybody does. At times we
I'm
do.
offended by that. I choose to be offended.
Why?
How dare you question my familial relationships?
Bitch.
Listen,
Today alone you questioned our familiar relationships.
People are choosing to be offended about all kinds of stupid shit anymore. I'm choosing that one.
You know what? I'm offended. I'm glad you brought that up. I had an epiphany last night.
Oh, God, not an epiphany.
I almost called you the bitch about it.
Oh, God.
I had just decided, you know what? It's 2026. I'm already doing new shit anyways. I'm going to start going to the gym.
What?
Had a whole plan.
Ain't no way.
I sure did. Had a whole workout plan.
Hold on. I got to check my heart rate. Am I still alive?
But I can't.
Why?
Now I can't.
Why?
Because we done started a war. Now I got to stay at home and prep for that. Because,
we started a war with who?
I don't know. They fighting. They doing something on the war side. So now, just in case we get bombed over here, I'm going to stay fluffy. Because if it gets cold, I got to stay warm. I don't want to freeze to death. You sure we still related? This is where you start questioning it.
I don't. It's that level of stubborn that just nailing the coffin. Because let me tell you something. I will burn the bridge down standing on it just to prove a point. I sure will. I sure will. I sure will. Let me tell you what I decided this week. I'm not fussing at Rich anymore. I'm not going to call him out on the same shit I call him out on all the time. I am choosing silence. All right.
Do you know how dangerous that is for us?
Let me tell you what I do. I grab his credit card and I buy me something. Every time he pisses me off to the point where I know this could be an argument, I don't. I'm retraining my brain with dopamine.
Girl, what kind of stuff you buying?
I bought 2 pairs of shoes.
Oh.
And a tank top and a rug. And
very nice.
He pisses me off a lot. He gonna go broke.
Do you have go ahead and make an Amazon list?
I do.
Where you just go to it?
I do. I do. And I have an Etsy list too. Because there's some really cool handmade art pieces that I would like. And
you know what else is on Etsy?
Witches?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gang, gang. Can you throw a couple on there for me?
Go have him piss me off. I got you.
Girl, let me get desperate enough. I'll run back there and say, hey, Bubba, you know what your wife said about you? Samantha said this salad is for you. I will buy that man a salad. So Samantha did it.
You'd be like, we all benefit out of this. Don't change a thing, Richard.
Ooh, that ex's hair about to fall all the way out.
You know, it already has. And all his cars stopped working. One of them can't walk no more. Are you sure you're not a witch? Okay, on that note, we got to get back to work. Holy mom, I'm sweating. Guys, thanks for logging in this week. Until next time.
Razzle dazzle.